Welcome back to another episode of Uploaded and Unfiltered, the podcast in which I, your host Jermaine, interviews another content creator in regards to their journey thus far, in hopes that a story from some of your favorite content creators, or maybe content creators you've never seen before, will inspire you to start your creation journey as well. It's been 86 episodes. Thank you for rocking with me. Thank you for being here. And today's going to be a short one. The last couple were a little longer in the tooth. And I'm not going to lie, I have been procrastinating like a motherfucker when it comes to editing this video for my Radiant Reflection YouTube channel, my coaching business website. And I just got to tell you, I'm going to say this first and foremost, procrastination is not necessarily a bad thing. Like, when you're procrastinating, your subconscious is stopping you and continues to stop you because you put it off so long because it thinks it is unsafe, or your subconscious thinks you're about to do something that is not good. And since you keep willingly pushing it off and thinking of other excuses to do before you get that project done, your subconscious is going to help you with that by making you procrastinate more. I realize this, I understand this, and now I need to just get over that hump. Like, the more you procrastinate, the harder it's going to be to just push through that noise and do what you got to do. So I'm at the point where I just need to bang out this edit. Like, I'm almost done. It's going to be rough, but it's the first of many videos of me talking about this particular mindset and the things that help me unlock different levels of thinking when it comes to not only content creation, but in life in general. So today I wanted to talk real quick about what I thought was going to happen when I started working on my mental health, just to give a little insight of how I was thinking, what I'm thinking about now, and how I plan on moving forward throughout the rest of this year. But as always, first and foremost, if you haven't already subscribed to this podcast, Uploaded and Unfiltered, we are 87 episodes deep. No signs of stopping. I will get on my interviewing more guest things a little better, but I want to start talking about the benefits of looking into your mental health, the benefits of finding a coach to help you, not with just content creation, but setting up goals, setting up practices, setting up routines to get you in that consistent mindset. So it makes it a little easier as you move through your creation journey. Without further ado, let's go ahead and start from the beginning. When I think back to when I first started working on my mental health and actually understanding the benefits of working on my mental health, learning how I reacted in certain situations, I thought by knowing this that I'd be good. I thought by knowing all of my triggers, or what anger truly is, or how sometimes you get upset with somebody, you're not really upset with them, it's triggering something in you that you need to deal with, but you more than often than not take it out on that person. Like, I thought by learning all that stuff, I thought I'd be good. I thought it'd be like smooth sailing and I wouldn't have to worry about it anymore. That's not true. Anger was one of the thing that I really wanted to work on when it comes to my mental health. I used to just live in anger like on a daily basis. And for the most part, I forgot how that feels to feel that level of anger. Because if you look at anger as an emotion that should be present when you need to either fight or fly. Like, get the fuck out of there. Like, anger is an emotion that is readily available when you're trying to preserve your life, basically. Like, when you are trying to take something out or you're trying to get the fuck out of there, I think that's when anger is at its most beneficial. And even in those circumstances, I don't think is necessary. But regardless, I think living in anger day to day is not a good look. It's not good for you. It's not good for the people around you. And I will get into all of the health benefits that being angry can cause, and the health benefits of not getting angry when you're in an emotional state, or when you're in a state where you need to be thinking critically. We'll get into that, but we're talking about me right now. And anger is one of those emotions that I did not enjoy. It didn't work for me. And so I figured out what triggered me. I figured out what anger meant to me. And I was able to, through meditation, through mindfulness, through journaling, through repeating out loud what I want my life to look like, I was able to turn a lot of things around. And I would say I'm like 85, 90% less angry than I used to be. And that's fucking amazing. And that's because I started looking into mental health. I started understanding what it meant to be me, or what triggered me, or why things triggered me, and if those things really needed to be something that triggered me. Like, did I really believe in this thing enough to have that thing upset me? And most of the time it was a fucking no. So that's why jumping in and learning about mental health, learning about your mindset, learning about speaking to yourself positively, just all these different levels of things that you can do in regards to mental health. Learning all that shit was beneficial, even though there are times that pop up that I still find myself getting bouts of anger. And it's because it's showing up in different ways that I'd never expected to. So I didn't really find the fully root cause of what's causing this anger or these anxiety palpitations like popping up out of nowhere. But because I've learned so many techniques and so many things to do when I get into those anger states, they no longer last weeks or months, or I don't live in anger throughout the day like I used to. Because I tapped in and figured out what works for me, I'm able to do those things. Sometimes I work faster than others, but having those tools in my bag has helped me immensely live a better, high quality, more high quality life. Like, I have a higher quality life experience because I am no longer going into situations already pissed off or already upset or already looking at the bad of everything. And I gotta say, it's amazing. And for instance, this is an example, and I'm everybody's example doesn't need to make sense. This is just how where my head was. I was irate, or not, I wouldn't even say irate. I used to get really upset at the thought of going to the beach. Like, I just hated the sand. I did not enjoy the sun. I'm not going to use an excuse of because we were in Florida, it was always 4,000 degrees outside. That's not a good excuse for the level of anger. Just going to the beach was for me. Like, it didn't make any damn sense. And so I questioned myself. I was like, why am I so pissed off? Why am I so angry that my family wants to spend time with me in a location? Most motherfuckers don't get to spend time with their family, let alone at the beach. So I tapped into it and I figured out, instead of focusing on the things that I did not like about the beach, instead of focusing on all of the past times that I had a horrible time at the beach, I always went into every adventure to the beach with two things. One, I get to spend time with my family. That's always amazing. And two, what did I want the experience to feel like? Like, yeah, I know it's gonna be hot, but you know what? I'm gonna get to sit in this chair. I might get to drink a little fruity island drink. That's gonna be dope. Might have some gummies. Who knows? Might pop a cigar. Like, there's a few things that I could do at the beach. So I'm like, you know what? This is fun. If we go early enough, it's not as hot. Sometimes we go to the dope. Sometimes we went to the dope beach with the sand that was like fucking sugar. That shit was amazing. I don't remember the name of it. I do remember the name of it, but I'm gatekeeping because I don't live in Florida anymore. So if you want to figure it out, you got to go hit up all the beaches like we did. Anyways, but that was all it took, was a simple question of, why is this pissing me off? Why am I upset? And I've taken that lesson and I applied it to anytime that I find myself getting anxious or nervous or anything that I don't want to feel, anything that feels foreign to the way that I want to feel. I just ask myself, why? Why am I feeling like this? And usually that irons stuff out. But I said all that to say this. I want to help as many people tap into their stronger mindsets that's going to help them push their dreams of creation and dreams of reaching an audience further, because the more and more that I see these different random TikToks of these younger men like doing dumb shit, like horrible shit, because they're trying to like fit in, basically. They're trying to fit an image. And it's so much easier when you stop giving a fuck about what people think about you. You start moving and who you are as a person, as you start realizing what you want to bring to this world. And once you solidify that, It doesn't matter what other people say about you or think about you because, like, they're not aligned with you. They're not rocking with you. I fully believe people who rock with me because of who I am, not because of who I pretend to be. And I don't pretend to be anything around people. And it's easier that way. I forgot who said it, but fuck telling lies because, like, the energy you need to have to remember the lies that you told people, I don't have time for that shit. If you don't like something that I don't like, or if you don't like something that I love doing, then that's on you. We just don't have to talk about it. Or you could just not be in my life. Simple as that. No hard feelings, like life goes on, all that fun stuff. But I constantly hear so many creators setting themselves up for failure because they're thinking small minded. One last thing before I get out of here, not only on the mental health side, but like as a part of mental health, looking through the world through different perspectives helps you get a upper hand on a lot of situations. I've always said this. Well, I guess I haven't always said this, but I will always say this now. I think a lot of people are letting life happen to them. So life happens and they're reacting. And I think that's the wrong way to be moving about things. I think you live your life how you want it to happen and let life wrap itself around that. So, for instance, I wanted to have a podcast that I had weekly, had no idea how to get started, had no idea what I was doing. Had I let those shortcomings stop me, we would not be here right now. Letting life happen to me would be me just sitting there and not pushing forward and doing the scary, let's just put a podcast episode up and see what happens. If I would let life happen to me, this we would not be here right now. But I was like, no, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. Life was telling me not to do it. Life was telling me you should probably just fucking continue with the streams. What are you doing? I have so many more ideas in streaming and they're starting to trickle out. And I love it. Seeing the fruits of your labor, seeing ideas come to reality is always an exciting thing for me. And this is why I will always continue to make content because it's never ending. I can never not have a good idea. So that's it. That's all I want to say. If you have any things that you've been procrastinating about, look into why you've been procrastinating. Because procrastination doesn't necessarily mean that you don't want to do it, but there's something that you may have thought that it put in a tiny, tiny idea in your head that thing was dangerous, that thing was unsafe for you to do. So your subconscious is working its hardest to keep you from not doing it. You got to just push through that scary shit and do whatever it is that you want. I want to fucking stream to 100 people, fucking push through the scary shit and start. Oh, I want to draw. I want to do emails for other people, push through the scary shit and start. Whatever your scary shit is, I know it's terrifying. It's the worst thing in the world. Push through that shit and start. Anyways, I'm done. I feel like we fucking bodied that. I feel good about this. Again, if you haven't already, subscribe to the podcast or share this with at least one of your friends. Fuck are you doing? It's free. Uploaded and unfiltered. I will be talking this mindset, mental health, knowledge until everybody that I know is on the same page, or at least they're thinking differently about how they move through this life. Because I'm telling you, man, the game has been set up for us to fail for so long, and we didn't even know it. We didn't even know it. There's so many psychological games and fucking warfare at play that we just didn't know. And like now that I'm starting to learn more about it, I'm like, God damn, maybe I shouldn't have listened to those albums on repeat over and over and over and over and over again as a child and slept my way through most of those out. Like that shit does something to you. Anyways, we will get into that and more at a later date. But for now, I need to bang this edit out. I need to go edit that YouTube video so I can get that thing rolling. And I'm about to go hunt some monsters with my homies. I know Boss is about to hunt some, so I'm about to get on there and hopefully he can help me kill this big ass giant. I don't even know what the name of this thing is, but it's like a black oily snail or a seal, a sea snail. Anyways, appreciate y'all for listening. Thank you as always. And if you haven't already, again, share this with somebody you love, share this with somebody who's trying to create content and needs to hear some good messages out there. Other than that, protect your mental, keep creating content, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.